Hey, what's going on, Guardians? My name is the Black Link, and today is Thursday, May 19th, 2022. And you all know what that means. It's time for this week's issue of the Bungie Weekly Blog, This Week at Bungie. And this week, boys and girls, we've got incredibly exciting news for you. Of course, because we've got a brand new season of content going live next week. And if you're here to learn exactly what's going to be going on in that season, well, you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer because Bungie is staying uncharacteristically tight-lipped about what exactly we'll be doing next season. That's right, the tease is there in the TWAB, but we're actually not going to be learning anything about Destiny 2's Season 17 probably until Monday or maybe even Tuesday of next week. But fear not, Guardians, we've still got some incredible bits of news in this week's TWAB, particularly concerning the way events like Solstice of Heroes, Guardian games, and more are going to be changing moving forward. This is going to be some pretty important stuff, so let's go ahead and dive on into the TWAB. In a section titled Destiny Event Updates, we learn about how seasonal events are going to be evolving moving forward. Starting with the Solstice, well, just Solstice. It's no longer called Solstice of Heroes. Here's what Bungie had to say. Over the past year, the team has been working hard on giving many of these events a makeover. This effort begins with last year's Festival of the Lost, which featured new twists like Monsters vs. Dinos Community Poll and Glint's Ghost Stories. Our goal is that every event provides joy and discovery for new and veteran players, and the enthusiastic reaction to the 2021 Festival of the Lost reaffirmed our plans to keep evolving our events to keep them fresh and fun. While not every event will get a big update this year, we wanted to share a high-level look at our plans for the upcoming Solstice event, which begins on July 19th. Now, Bungie goes on to say that those familiar with the Solstice event from past years should still feel right at home this time around. As in previous years, there will be an awesome set of armor to pursue. Only this time, instead of completing armor objectives and collecting keys and package consumables, you'll be completing event challenges, which they go on to explain a little bit later on, to make progress towards your ultimate glowing masterpiece of bodily protection. One of the biggest changes you'll notice with Solstice is we've changed the armor experience a lot. Players will only upgrade one set of Solstice armor throughout the event. While you can get multiple instances of a helmet, for example, upgrading armor will allow you to re-roll its stats, and the stat potential of the armor will be shared across those drops. That sounds really interesting. Another new feature coming to Solstice is an activity in the returning European aerial zone called Bonfire Bash, where Guardians will be building and stoking what can only be described as paracausal bonfires, while the enemies of Summer Fun, including the Taken, Cabal, Hive, and Fallen, will be attempting to crash the party and extinguish the fires. In your mission to guard the flames from wave after wave of incoming enemies, we've made it easier to traverse the EAZ, adding floating islands and removing building barriers for maximum maneuverability. And of course, we'll get more details on the Solstice armor upgrades as we get closer to the event, again, beginning on July 19th. But as a part of this renovation of events, we're getting what's called the Event Card. With our Solstice event, we're introducing a new feature called the Event Card. In much the same way that Seasonal Challenges introduces an easy-to-understand list of goals you can complete in a season, the Event Card does the same for Destiny 2's annual events. When Solstice begins, players will gain access to this event card, which includes new points of interest to explore, including event challenges, event seals and titles, and unique event rewards. Every event card will be available for free to all players and can be accessed by interacting with Ava Levante in the tower via the Quest tab, right next to the seasonal challenges. Event cards and their associated challenges and rewards can be accessed for the entire event before disappearing once their corresponding event ends. And like seasonal challenges, event challenges are objectives that players can complete to earn rewards. Certain event challenges will award players with familiar items such as event shaders, emblems, or other gear, and they'll also grant event tickets. Every event challenge will be available for players to complete right when the event starts, so you won't need to wait until the next week for additional challenges to become available. You can get it all done as quickly as you like. Event challenges can be completed in any order and at any point while the event itself is active. And of course, in addition to event challenges, we're also going to be introducing event seals and titles that you can earn. There are going to be two types of event-based seals that players will be able to work towards. We've got individual event seals and a new multi-event seal. Starting with Solstice this year, each Destiny event will come with a seal that players can complete as well as guild. Completing these event seals is as simple as collecting all the event challenges on its event card. Finishing event challenges will automatically earn you seal progress and unlock the title for that specific seal. Guilding event seals, however, will require completing additional triumphs that will only become available once the standard seal has been completed, just like it is with some of the current seals in the game. And guilding will last until the event begins again the following year. That's a whole year of that golden goodness. Progress on individual event seals can be tracked directly in the event card by hovering over the card on the left-hand side of the screen, or by viewing the event seal from the Triumphs page. There's also going to be a new multi-event seal that event-loving players will be able to work towards. Starting with Solstice, players can complete a certain number of event challenges in each of the 4 yearly Destiny events to complete this seal. This means that the earliest that players can complete the multi-event seal will be in Guardian Games of next year, and doing so will also earn them a unique event title. You'll also be able to guild this new seal after completing the standard version, and Bungie will be sharing more details on that in the coming year. Alright, finally with the event stuff, Bungie talks a bit about upgraded event card rewards. A new event, of course, means new event-themed cosmetics for Guardians to customize their experience. While those items have traditionally been a part of the Eververse store, with the upcoming Solstice event, we will curate a collection of these items as unique rewards through the event card itself. I already like where this is going. These rewards will only be available through the event card during their initial release, but like most of the cosmetics, there's always a chance they'll become available again via Eververse at a future date. While the event card and event challenge rewards are free for all players, acquiring these extra cosmetic rewards will require players to purchase the upgraded event card. Upgrading the event card will cost 1,000 silver. Ah, there's the rub. And immediately grants players an exotic reward bundle. Players can then acquire even more rewards by spending the event tickets they collect from event challenges. The overall value of the upgraded event card will vary somewhat, but is expected to regularly exceed 3,000 silver. And then we basically get a chart of what the reward track would look like for this upgraded event card. So essentially, every time Bungie's going to be having these events moving forward, you're going to have your event card, you're going to be able to stamp out some rewards and stuff on that. There will be an upgraded version of the event card that you can purchase for 1,000 silver. I think that's about $10. That's going to give you access to an additional track of exotic cosmetic rewards. Honestly, as long as it's just Eververse stuff shoved in there, it really doesn't bother me at all. But we'll have to see how that works out for Solstice this time around. Alright, beyond that, we have a few other things to talk about in this week's TWAB, including some notes from a quick patch note preview for a patch that's going to be dropping next week. In particular, Dares of Eternity seeing a pretty important fix. They've increased the strange coins earned from the reward chest in Dares of Eternity up from 1 to 3. This, however, does not affect the number of strange coins earned from the lightning round chest. Additionally, new season means a new power cap, baby, and so power bands have been seeing some changes. The power floor is still going to be 1350, but the soft cap is moving up to 1510. The powerful cap's moving to 1560, and the hard cap, which you have to get pinnacles to reach, is going to move up to 1570. The character power boost that you can purchase has also been increased to 1510 along with the new soft cap. After that, we've got some vault space news, which I know is going to make a lot of people happy. Vault space has been increased by 100 spaces. Thank you, Bungie. I definitely need it. With all these darn deep side weapons, I need my vault space, baby. And while Bungie knows this isn't going to enable players to save every single piece of loot in the game, the team was able to pull some strings and get a little more space for your vault as they continue to investigate future solutions. Finally, Xur's got some changes. His inventory should no longer be different if players manage to find him at destinations shortly after the weekly reset happens on Tuesday. He'll still reappear with new gifts from the 9 when he returns at his regularly scheduled time on Friday. And while his will is not his own, he does need a break each week. No more working overtime. But that's pretty much it for the big patch note preview. Next up, we get a bit of a sneak peek at the incoming new dungeon that's going to be a part of Season 17. It's going to be dropping on Friday, May 27th at 10 p.m. The recommended power to enter that new activity is going to be 1550. Master difficulty was going to be live on day 1 as well, but Bungie's going to leave those entry requirements for you to see when it drops next week. As for the rewards that are going to be tied to this brand new dungeon experience, well, we're going to have 1 legendary armor set per class. Artifice versions will also be available via the master difficulty. There will be 4 new legendary weapons, 2 legendary reprised weapons, 1 exotic weapon, 1 exotic catalyst, 1 exotic accessory, either a ship or sparrow, and 2 legendary emblems. So I hope you Guardians are looking forward to that. Of course, access to this dungeon is going to be tied to Witch Queen Digital Deluxe Editions. But, as Bungie talked about last year, they are going to implement a way for players to kind of purchase access to the dungeon piecemeal if they didn't get the Witch Queen Digital Deluxe. If you just want the dungeons, you can pick both up as part of the Witch Queen Dungeon Key in the Eververse store for a total of 2,000 silver. Which of course finally gives players a way to access this content without having to buy the major expansion. After that, the last bit of news we have to talk about today concerns Trials of Osiris. This weekend, they're going to be mixing things up with another freelance weekend with zone control enabled. This is going to be your final weekend of Trials for a while, as the mode is going to have a short hiatus until June 10th. But when Trials comes back around, there's going to be some new loot to earn, and we get an awesome screenshot showing some of that here. Bungie's already previously talked about a new fusion rifle and sidearm that are going to be up for grabs. But of course, we're also going to have a brand new set of armor, and maybe even some returning favorites from the game mode. Additionally, if you'd like to kit out your Guardian a bit more with the Trials theme, Bungie's going to have 2 new cosmetic rewards coming online next season. You may have already noticed the Ghost in the Armor preview, but we've also got a brand new exotic sparrow titled the Falcon's Chase. All of these rewards and more will be going live when Trials returns after its hiatus again on June 10th when these rewards go live. But alright Guardians, that's pretty much it for the biggest bits of news contained in this week's issue of the Bungie Weekly Blog, This Week at Bungie, the last one before the official start of Season 17. Really exciting stuff, interesting choice for Bungie to really hold it and be tight-lipped right until the cusp of that season goes live. We'll probably be getting trailers and all that kind of stuff on Monday. Make sure you're staying tuned for that. But that's the news. Those are my thoughts. Be sure to leave me yours down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out. I'm out for now. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.